Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Happy Sunday to you. This is going to be a Raid Shadow Legends video, kind of wrapping up everything. And I want to talk about the Oella Fusion because today is an important day and an important milestone for you to kind of decide if you want to go forward with the Fusion or not. I usually wait until like Monday morning to do more of a wrap-up type video, but given the time structure of some of these events and stuff ending in game and needing to decide if we're going to go for certain things, I wanted to do a video today on a Sunday and talk about all of this stuff to get you caught up here as we head into next week. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so the first thing let's go ahead and do is pull up the Fusion event calendar. And as you can see right now, as I'm recording this, it is Sunday. And you can see that this is going to be the first time that we've got events ending for the Oella Fusion. And because of that, today is where you're really going to need to decide. This is going to be where the rubber meets the road, and you need to ask yourself if you're going for this Fusion or not and kind of make a little bit more of a final decision today. Because the way this is structured, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there are 16 of these rares up for grabs in these different events and tournaments around Oella. And then if we put that away, so let's put this down. And if we see on the main raid screen, you have got to get 4 epics and they each take 4. So 4 times 4 is 16. So there is 16 of them available, and we need to get the 4x4 for 16 to turn those into 4 epics and turn those into Oella. Given the fact that we cannot get this epic at all, it means that you are really going to have to make sure you get all of those rares like you understand by now. But, you know, a lot of people are talking about this weekend and having to pull void shards and being unfortunate, but next weekend, as you can see right here, this is going to be next weekend, you've got the summon rush going on, and the summon rush could be even more rough than this weekend because we have 2x voids going on this weekend. That means next weekend there will be no 2x. We're probably going to get some sort of 10x event that you don't care about. We could get a guaranteed summon event, but they did just do one, so we may still be a couple weeks out. I would guess that the next one is going to be Ancient Shards, and the 2x rotation goes Ancient, Sacred, Void. So we just had 2x Voids, so 2 weeks from this weekend, we will have 2x Ancients. So it wouldn't surprise me, honestly, if next weekend during the Summon Rush, they try to deplete everybody's Ancients and do like a guaranteed Ancient event coinciding with that summon rush, or they'll do nothing and it will be some sort of a 10x event that you'll have to pull enough shards to get not 1 but 2 of the rare champions. And given the fact that we have to get all 16 to finish this fusion, it could be a little bit rough very quickly, but you could also maybe pull one during them, but you don't really want to count on that and all of that because it is there's a lot of rares in the game and you can't really rely on pulling one of the rares or epics in the fusion. So given that this champion chase tournament you see right up there is going to be ending today, you've really got to decide, do you want to go after this 2,500 points and leave your options open for next weekend, or do you just want to say screw it and not even go for Oella? And honestly, I'm in this conundrum as well, just like you. As a content creator and as someone who is really dedicated to Raid as a game and also the Raid community, I really hate missing out on Fusion events. It's very rare that I do. There's only been one time in my whole Raid career that I intentionally missed a fusion, and that was the Marinix fusion. Now, the only reason I intentionally made that decision is because at the time I was traveling to San Diego to hang out with people like Layla Fox and Deadwood Jedi as part of an event for Raid Shadow Legends. And while I was traveling and out of town and only having access to Raid at certain points of the day and stuff, I just decided mentally that I wasn't even going to worry about it. I was going to go to San Diego and enjoy the trip and completely forget about the fusion, which ended up being a good decision. I wouldn't have wanted to stress over that while I was there, and things were so busy and crazy and running around different places that it ended up being a good call. But that's the only time I ever intentionally skipped out on one. So I hate to miss out on legendaries and fusion events. So I may end up pulling enough void shards. I mean, it is a 2x and I still need a bunch of void legendaries, so it wouldn't be the worst thing ever, but I'm not excited about it in terms of pulling void shards today, just to make sure I keep pace with Oella. But yeah, the point of this video was to kind of put all of that in context and make sure that you know, just kind of a quick reminder that today is going to be kind of the time to make that call and decide if you're either going to do it and commit to it or not. But that is also not the only thing ending today. We have got the Dungeon Divers and Artifact Enhancement events both ending. So you had the Dungeon Divers that was coinciding with the Ice Golem, but the Ice Golem has ended, and now we have a Fire Knight tournament live right here, and you'll also need to get to 2250. So for today, if you're finishing up your Dungeon Divers, do the Fire Knight to double dip it, and then also make sure that you upgrade enough artifacts to scoop up the 4775. And if you're going that far, I would at least, you know, scoop up the Ancient Shard there as well. I'm gonna make sure and do all of this today. You know, yeah, like I said, I'm not happy about it, but I'll probably end up pulling enough voids to keep pace and at least give myself the option heading into next weekend and prolong having to make that final call a week from now. And you never know, maybe I'll actually get lucky and pull something crazy here with the void shards. And then for some of the other stuff going on in the raid community, the biggest thing is probably that there is going to be a CVC launching here in a couple days on Tuesday, and this one will not contain personal rewards. I know a lot of times people are curious about the personal reward status of CVC. It will not contain personal rewards, so you know, maybe your clan doesn't want to prioritize the ones that don't have personal rewards. I would get with your teammates and kind of make that call, but now you know that it will be launching here in a couple days with no personal rewards. And Plarium has also stated that at some point during this week is when you will be getting your free reset kind of added on to your champions with blessings, so that if you are having to pay gems to swap stuff, at least they're going to add one more free reset. But if a champion has never switched its blessings, you're not going to get like 2 free resets. It's only going to be added to the account or added to the champion if they already did it once and now they need another free opportunity. And the whole blessings thing is obviously a big downer. It's a big L for Plarium in terms of how they've handled this. At least they're giving that reset at some point this week, but I've ranted 10 different times about the blessings thing. I'm sure you are annoyed at hearing that rant by now. So anyway, hopefully we get some sort of positive news coming somewhat soon to try and kind of offset the drama we've had the last 2 weeks and the flood of negative things to kind of talk about in the raid community. But let's go over the offers here. Is there anything worth going over? Okay, this special void pack might be worth plugging in. This one's not. This one is 5 for 20, but this one is 10 for 30. So we might, that might be the only one worth plugging in here. Yeah. Okay, that's definitely the thing that stands out to me. So let's load up the offer calculator, and this one is going to be 30 with silver of 450,000, and then we've got, okay, so a bunch of different, okay, so 450 gems, and then 30 of the XP brews, and then we've got, it looks like 10 void shards, and then a bunch of different potions here. So we'll do the graders of 25. So 25 of those, and then we've got 10 of the superiors, and it looks like that's everything, right? Okay, so this is a 1.2. So this one is a good offer for high spenders. Anybody that is a whale or in the high spending tier would instantly scoop this up because it's a 1.2 and it has void shards, which are typically the best things to buy once you are late game. For me, I typically like to stay up over that 1.5 realm, and you can tell by the purchase limit of 3 that it's not amazing. If it was like a 1.6 or something, you would see a purchase limit of 1. So yeah, not quite a recommend from me, but it is borderline for people in that medium to high spending tier. And just for comparison, we can go ahead and plug it in compared to, so that was like a 1.19, right? So this one is going to be 100K. And then we've got the 2 epic skill tomes, and then the 5 void shards. This one's going to be like a 0.85 or something. And then the 5 of the superiors. Boom. And I believe that's everything. Oh my goodness, did I nail it? It's a 0.86. Okay. All right, so yeah, you could tell 0.86 versus 1.19 that this special void pack over on the left is way, 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 way better. This special void pack would only be even a consideration for the highest tier of spending. So there we have it. That's kind of where my head is at on the Oella Fusion. I'll probably go live at some point. We'll do a quick little Sunday hangout. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Don't know if I'm gonna get time to watch the game or not. We'll have to see how busy I kind of am with different workflow stuff. But let me know down below if you're watching the game and who you got. I would probably, if you force me to pick, I would probably pick the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. I'm not a fan of either team, so I'm completely unbiased. So I would usually if I don't know who to pick in a game, I go with whoever the most talented quarterback is. So it'd be hard to pick against Mahomes in that scenario. So I'll probably go on the record predicting Chiefs. Chiefs 32-27, I'm going to say. So anyway, that's my prediction, and I'm sure I'll go live at some point here today to chat with a few of you that want to stop by and say hi and YOLO some void shards to keep pace with Oella. So as always, remember to subscribe on your way out and like the video if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content. I'll see you soon in the next video. Thanks. Peace.